What's up, guys? Welcome back to John Luke Vlog. Wanted to talk a little bit about how the week is going so far. Feels like it's been a year since I filmed the video, and I think this is a much needed topic for a lot of different people. This time of my life has been probably one of the more stressful situations that I've been in. We have a layout today and a funeral tomorrow, so it's been a pretty hectic week. I imagine there's been quite a few of you that have kind of watched the last couple of videos, and no good news, of course, but you learn to cope with stress in a lot of different ways. So that's one thing that I wanted to talk about, is how I cope with stress. Now, stress can be in many different forms. Anything from a bad relationship to finances to regrets, historical events, futuristic situations. I mean, there are so many ways that stress can be a factor in your life. So, I feel like one very much needed topic is simply how to cope with stress. These are just a few factors that I use, and they help quite a bit. So I think number one being kind of the blatantly obvious. Typically when stress is in a situation, you have stress eaters. There are a lot of people that actually their gut goes off of their mood. If they're feeling like garbage and they're feeling like, they're useless, then most of the time they'll go and eat the house and cabinets clean. And then there's others, which are kind of my category. Whenever I am stressed, I will turn into introvert, and I will go and sit by myself and think of a way out of the situation. And then there is the dramatic panic type of people that have stress, and it goes on and on. The list is tremendously long of how many different ways there are to cope with it. But myself personally, this is just my theory on things. This is my theory on stress. And in a lot of situations, whether it be financial, whether it be losing a loved one, whether it be, worrying about a job or something like that, I have found myself to, I will go and put myself alone. And what I will do is, while I'm alone, it gives me an opportunity to think clear-headed. And I will sit there sometimes for hours trying to find a solution to the problem. And, one thing I just kind of want to throw out there, I've never had any suicidal thoughts or anything like that. But I just want to say this, because I know it has crossed many people's minds. As far as suicide, it is a permanent fix to a temporary situation. And, even though the pain is over, and, I'm not getting into the religious beliefs and things, even though the pain is over for you, now you have transferred that pain to somebody else. And, it may seem like a way out, and it may seem like, you've put an end to the problems that you're facing, but in all truth, you have now transferred that pain onto somebody else to think about for the rest of their life. So truly, what did you accomplish? Because a now long life that should have been lived it's gone, and you can't get that back. There's no second chance on that. So, I didn't even mean to get on that subject, but I feel like there's a lot of people out there that have encountered that. Thank goodness. I'm very thankful that I have never had to deal with that. And, I've always tried to stay level-headed. But, there are so many different ways to deal with stress or, depression. And, truly, it is a disease. It is an illness. Those that think it is a mental state, I beg to differ. It's an all-around emotional, physically, spiritually altered ego that sometimes, medicine doesn't just fix it. Sometimes having a friend doesn't just fix it. Sometimes it's, chemical and hormonal imbalances that make you feel specific ways. So, unfortunately, some things are not just fixed overnight. It takes time. And whenever you go through things in life, it's really difficult to just forget about them, because that's not how we're designed. That's not how we're built. We are, we engrave things, and we hold on to things, and we hold grudges, and we do all these things that hoard up these residual emotions. And at the right given time, we disperse them, whether it be through anger, whether it be through depression, whether it be, whatever it may be. So I'll find myself, I will go and sit on the side of the bed, for example, a financial situation. My theory is, what good will it do me to sit and wallow in self-pity whenever I could be thinking of a way to fix it? Why would I go and waste my breath harping on, staying up late? Why would I do things to physically harm myself? Things that are going to prevent me from thinking straight, things that are going to alter my mentality. Even though in the moment I don't have a solution, it's still very relevant that if I am clear-headed, I will have the opportunity to think it through, and I will be able to figure it out. And once again, it's not just financial. It could be a lot of different things. And with that being said, it's really, really hard to just pinpoint one thing, because stressors come from every direction that you're in. And I know that me specifically, this week has been a pretty rough week. We've had a lot of mixed emotions. The family's been extremely tore up, and I feel like this video will help some. But just remember that no matter how deep the pit you're in may seem, there is always light at the end of the tunnel. It may not be at the exact moment that you expect it, but it always comes through. There will always be a way out. There will always be a ladder to climb. There will always be heartaches and heartbreaks. That's what makes us human, and that's what makes us strong. And if we did not have these obstacles, and we did not live in the valley sometimes, and we didn't go through the trials and tribulations, then truly, what would it be worth to be on top of the mountain? Whenever you finally made it to the top of the mountain, how would you respect it? Would you treat it for granted? Would you treat it like it's not a big deal? Would it just be another thing? These are all things I think about on a daily basis. So even though there was a flat tire, even though the bank account is in the negative, even though we lost a family member, I know that me as a human being, this is going to make me stronger 6 months, 5 years, 35 years down the road. It'll make me stronger, because those experiences, they change a person. And like I said, whether it be good or bad, you know, it's all going to depend on how you look at it. You know, every bad situation can be a good situation in your eyes if you look at it the right way. You know, I was talking a couple of videos about how my income tax was taken away due to student loans and things. And, you know, had I blew up and, you know, just completely lost my mind and whatever, what would it have really proved? You know, I mean, there's no point in blowing up or freaking out about things that you can't control. That's out of your control. But the bright side, the debt is almost paid off. You know, realistically, what I have, you know, took the time and sat down to try and figure things out. You know, and sometimes we're forced into things that it's good that we don't have a choice, because sometimes our choice is not the right one. And whenever it comes to doing the right thing, it's very hard to stay 100% on track sometimes, because, you know, did I want to put $1,000 towards debt? Of course not. Everybody wants the $1,000 to go buy new shoes and clothes and stuff, you know. So, but guys, just keep trucking and don't let anything stop you, no matter what. These are just a few thoughts that I had, and today is going to be a long, stressful day. That's okay, though. You know, that's okay. I'm going to try to be strong and try to be there for the family, and we're going to make it. We're going to be okay. But I wanted to touch base with my YouTube family. Like I said, it felt like a year since I filmed the video, and I like to get up early in the morning, and it gives me time to think. And I love communicating with you guys. You guys are everything to me. You guys are my family, my friends, long distance brothers and sisters, and I can't thank you enough for all the support. I've had numerous amounts of messages and emails and everything. You guys have been great. Thank you so much. And guys, until next time, I hope this has helped some of you all. But always keep God first. If you do, you can't go wrong, no matter what situation you're in. And if you made it this far in the video, thank you very much for watching this far. I love you guys, and we'll be talking to you soon.